Here's a good branch collar. When you make this pruning cut, you want to make just outside of that. So I'm here at a property I've worked at before. I just come out for a half day, you know, flat fee, get a bunch of stuff done for him. He's got a bunch of hunting land back here. We're gonna take down some trees. I'm just doing some entrance work. He wants these kind of topped out. He's gonna take out this river birch and do a little pruning on this maple here, get the sap flowing today. It's gonna be like 60 degrees. It's March 1st. It's crazy. So anyways, we'll have some fun. I got my Echo with me, my electric. So maple is great, you know. Here's a great example. Okay, so this had a branch collar. This has a branch collar, very distinctive. You know, cut right in front of that. Let me do a short out of this too. So here is a maple. What kind is this? Yeah, it's red maple, I think. Anyways, here's a good branch collar. When you make this pruning cut, you want to make just outside of that. You know, kind of like this. You leave this nub on there, right? Now here it's turning into a branch collar. This was a codominant stem, kind of, with a branch bark ridge. Now ordinarily you want to cut at an angle opposite the branch bark ridge when you make your pruning cut. Now here you can see this swelling here. This is going to become a full collar in time. And so we want to stay outside of this collar that's starting to form here. But it still dips down on the bottom side. So physiologically, this was originally a codominant stem that was, you know, overtaken by the terminal. And then now this is going to be forming a branch collar, and it will one day be as pronounced as this, which kind of started out with a collar like this young one here. So at any rate, and then we can look at a codominant up there. We might go up there and look at that. So good to make a stub cut and then a full cut. Especially in the spring, you want to make this could tear out, you know, pretty easy if this isn't growing yet. It's close with this warm spring we've had, but it's very susceptible to tearing in the spring. So you make an undercut and then a top cut, you know, just out from that. Or you can, you know, make it right at the curve. If you make it back here, it's going to jump off of there a little bit. All right, I'll go up a little bit. Oh, that wasn't nice. Always good to have your handsaw along. go up there and look at that codominant stem. Now this codominant stem is somewhat masked by this branch here with that big thing there, but there would be a single bark ridge right down the middle of that. And with this branch here, it actually wrapped around there on both sides of that. That's kind of a unique situation. There's a branch on the other side too. It might kind of have the same kind of thing on the other side, a little horseshoe. Maybe that makes it a little bit stronger. I would imagine it does make that union a little stronger than a normal codominant stem that might be prone to splitting out. But with all that other branch fiber in there as it overlaps, I've shown that before, that might be pretty strong. So anyways, game of trees, we're having fun. Thing I like about the DinoLift, you can go straight up from where you're at. It's nice. for center there, so that it would fall into the curve, even though it kind of leaned back this way. All right, he can fall that. So we're just gonna follow him back into the woods. And he's gonna point, I'm gonna shoot. We're gonna take care of some business here. It's a pretty good arrangement. You know, it's a win-win. In this case, I do, you know, $500 for 4 hours minimum, and then hourly after that. But he'll just do the 4 hours. It's a good win-win. Get a video of solo work where I can just talk to the camera, which a lot of people have been expressing that's what they want. I get some people that every once in a while somebody says too much chat, but most people want to hear my chatter, frivolous as it may be. Yeah, that'd be good.
So you can kind of see where it's busted off up there.
Yeah.
Just take the stuff that's underneath it.
Okay, just the pruning.
Yeah, just prune it up to that, because that top one is broke off, and I just don't want to get diseased and eventually.
Yeah, get that broken stuff off of there.
Yeah, and also trying to take my tractor through here.
And then kind of clean up all the lower ones below that?
Clean up the lower ones too, and just let it all drop, and I'll clean it up later.
All right. Are we going that way or going
we'll
back?
Go back up to the driveway.
Okay, I'll set up on this side.
Kind of a weavy way through here, and we'll just go up the driveway and then straight back through the trail
okay.
I got.
You know, common mistake is setting up too close to your target. Yeah, I don't have to get very high here, so I can use my lateral reach to get there, and I keep the machine away from the drops. And I don't run the risk, like it was out there, I was almost too close to that first river birch. I couldn't get down there. Exactly where I wanted to get. We're on very level ground. Now, what I like about Dino is I'll be able to set down the other way and drive straight out of here. I don't have to get turned around. Okay, let's see which one's broken. That one's broken. So I'm gonna get all the way over to the other side of that, to the left side as I'm looking at it, and drop this stuff off this way. That'll work out well. Okay, let's see. Just in case. We'll get this cut off first. It probably hangs on there, but You know, that probably hangs on there, but if I cut that lower one off, maybe this one falls off. So. All right. Pretty big cut. This is black oak. Often just called red oak around here, you know, because the leaves are pointed. But it's technically oh, that's interesting. That's all grafted in there. That's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. That's an interesting phenomenon. Look at that. It was all growing in there. Interesting. All right. Drop that out of there. There, that branch collar was growing out around this piece of deadwood. So you want to stay outside of that. I'll go up here and get rid of some of this deadwood up here. It just kind of looks ugly. It thinks I'm gonna tip over. I'm like still level down there. Just because my fat butt is way out there. miles there. I win. Okay, he can follow that. Now I can stow this exactly opposite how I came in. In my opinion, that's a great feature. For jobs just like this, where you're moving around a site a lot. Now, we think it's actually 6 inches difference one way to the other, so we like it on the other side when we put it in the trailer. Oh, I'm not all the way in.
Just go right up the driveway. I'll meet you up at the end where we got the T. We'll take our right.
Okay. Yeah, so when I put it away at the end of the day, I'll want to be the other way around to put it on the trailer. And I know which way the other way, because we got that broken thing with the open outrigger sensor. That's our biggest target right there, those little things. Dino, if you could make those like tougher. I know you make them out of plastic. If they were fiberglass, they would probably take a little more impact. And if they were fiberglass, we could repair them with fiberglass. That's something to think about. You've made a really tough machine, and your fiberglass doors over there and your body, it holds up well. It's taken a couple hits, but it takes some hits. It takes quite a bit of hit to crack it. If these little things back here over the outrigger sensors were fiberglass, that would be a good product. So I tried to go rabbit mode out here. You know, you can kind of see I'm bouncing along. This is a trail. And rabbit mode doesn't work on these, even though this is a fairly, you know, level trail. It's not level. I mean, I'm bouncing. And so when load comes off the wheels, it causes the motor to surge. You know, it idles up and idles down on rabbit mode. And so here's the advantage though of Dino. On pavement, we could cruise along at 6 miles an hour. Okay, we don't get to do that on this trail. But I'm going, you know, up, I don't know, 2 miles an hour, almost. And that's like double the speed of a track lift. Double. You might not think double is very much from 1 mile an hour to 2 mile an hour, but it's meaningful, trust me. And when you do get to use rabbit mode out on the streets, or like in a condo association or something where you're moving around, rabbit mode is very beneficial. But like this hill here would slow down rabbit mode. And that root right there, you would not want to go over that at 6 miles an hour. That is for sure. Beautiful out here. It really keeps this woods nice. Good stewardship.
stakes are high, there is always a risk when you're playing the game of trees.